Hawes Construction Group is a contractor, building contractor, and we carry out building works in residential and commercial properties. I am one of the directors, and I generally do business development. So I meet new clients and try and get us work, but I also get involved in the general administration of the company as well. I think the best thing of working at Hawes is the variety of work that we do. And the ethos of the company. We are very transparent. We like to build relationships with our clients, our suppliers and our subcontractors, and basically give the client a completed project on time and within budget. So within Hawes as a company, the job roles that we have are estimating, where you will be pricing the work when it comes in. We have surveying, which is sort of the money person, looks after the finances in a project, make sure they track the money and then apply for the money from the employer. We've got a contracts manager's role, who is the person that oversees all of the contracts at a higher level and makes sure they're all running correctly. And then we've also got some direct trades that work for us. So we've got carpentry, bricklaying, plastering, general operatives, and we've got a couple of apprentices as well at the moment in the carpentry side. The gender balance in Hawes, historically we have had female operatives working for us, sort of carpenters, but otherwise at the moment it's myself, and I've got two women that help me in the office on the administration and the financial side. But there doesn't seem to be, I have in my experience in the construction industry, I've worked with female electricians, female decorators and female carpenters. So they are at that, or now I would say more so site engineers, architects and site managers as well. I would say the impacts of COVID on our company, we were lucky during COVID because we had a couple of really key roles. One was with the health service, so we were able to continue through. But I would say a lot of clients have delayed making decisions on work starting, which has then had the knock-on effect of material prices going up and availability of materials, which has then put prices up. So I would say the biggest knock-on for us as a company has been the delay of work starting, and people being very much more tighter on their costs. So as a company, Hawes, it's quite tricky to do sustainable practices with a lot of the stuff we do on site physically. But what we do as a company is we work alongside a couple of companies so that if we have surplus materials, timber, for example, we will donate them to, there's a charity in Eastbourne called The Shed, and there's also the Woodwork Recycling Centre in Brighton. So we will give them any surplus materials. We try and order materials so that we don't have surplus there, so that that's not waste. And I would say we try and share with our vehicles, so we don't have more vehicles driving around out there. We aren't able to afford electric vehicles yet, so we're mainly diesel, but that is something that we maybe would look into in the future. I would say the opportunities for 16 to 18-year-olds in construction are abundant at the moment. There are so many roles out there, trades and also in the management side. But I would say with the management side, you probably need to go to college and do a qualification. You can do T-levels at the moment in construction, which you do a construction course, but then you do I think you spend 1 day a week with an employer or in a construction environment. But I would say with trades, for example, we've taken on we've got 2 young males at the moment who are, one's doing groundworks and one's doing carpentry apprenticeship. And we are putting them through college, so they go to college 1 day a week locally in Eastbourne, and then they spend 4 days a week with us working with our skilled guys and learning the trade. And that takes roughly about 2 years overall. But I also would say that even if you do join and you do a trade, the good thing about construction is the skills are transferable. So even if you join as a trade, you can then go across and you could then become an estimator or a surveyor or a site manager. Because historically, most of the site managers I worked with were trade backgrounds. And I would say a lot of the management roles are where people have moved across. They've gained more skills working in a company and then moved across. And I think that's the beauty of construction, is it is still a job for life. The only thing I would say also with construction is obviously the money that you can earn in construction is very, very high, especially with trades. I can't remember now, but bricklayers are earning a fortune a day. You might have to travel, so you might have to go up to London to get those rates, but it is really good. And the other thing that's good with the apprenticeship is you're earning money. You're learning and you're earning money from day one, which is can't be bad. When I was 16, one thing I wish if I'd got maybe a bit younger, that I'd tried harder with my exams leaving school. Mainly because it then took me another 6 years to get what I could have got in 2 years. So if I could go back, it would have been just to maybe try a little bit harder for those, maybe even the last year of school, get as many qualifications under my belt then.